Hey guys, HerbQuest here with another progress video. And just a warning, I say, hey guys, HerbQuest here way too many times in this video. Hey guys, HerbQuest here, coming in with a mining level. Wait for it. And there it is, level 98 mining. Only one more to go. And then the last one in this row is smithing, or column, rather. Columns go vertically, rows go horizontally. At any rate, see you guys at 99. Hey guys, HerbQuest here, starting out my day. Sorry for the double hey guys, I know I said that last clip, but I want to try and figure out what I want to do today because I just got 99 mining. So the next big question is, what's next? I don't think I'll get the cape though, because all the cape does is give you the chance of double ore up to Addy. Moving on though. Well, I guess a good thing to do would be to cash in these gold nuggets here. Ooh, 2 dragon stones. Open them a little slower this time than my other video. I get quite a bit from each one of these bags. Ooh, there's 4 dragon stones. Okay. I think I might try and get 2 more nuggets just to finish that off. Alright, let's see what's in the last gem bag. Oops. Oh, it's 40 for that, isn't it? Oh, I'll just buy that then. Time to cut all these gems. Well, if you remember the last video that I made, I want to tell you all today that it's kind of ironic that I made that sort of channel video because I just received notice yesterday that, and you may have heard this from other YouTubers as well, that I'm going to need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watch time in order to keep getting monetization from YouTube. And I'm a year in and nowhere near that goal, but some people have been really complaining about it, saying that it's a real slap in the face from YouTube and whatnot, and it is, but I kind of see the positives as well, because if there's less spam channels getting paid for ad revenue, that could potentially mean that that ad revenue goes to other channels, and maybe it'll decrease the amount of overall spam channels because they'll have less incentive to make such spam, and that'll help the flow of legitimate channels a little better. I don't know, I've been talking to a bunch of people, doing some research on it, listening to people talking on both sides of the topic. As a smaller YouTuber, it does kind of blow a little bit, but at the same time, I wasn't really making anything with my amount of views currently anyway, so I didn't really lose anything. I just lost a hypothetical piggy bank out in space, basically. So as for that, I hope that goes well. But as for game progress, I'm basically just gem cutting right now in order to clear up some bank spaces, because bank space is always one of my biggest limitations on Ironman. I don't know about you guys. Maybe I should clear out some of my random miscellaneous items, like those weirdly spelled spears that you get from the enchanted key after the Making History quest. I can't really think of a use for those. They seem to be just cosmetic, but at the same time, you can only get them once on your account, and you can't get them back again after that. So I don't know if that's just going to be 3 bank spaces that are forever kept due to those 3 junk items, or if there'll ever be a use to those, or if they had a way of getting them back, then I wouldn't mind discarding them. But I might just discard them anyway, because I don't foresee them having any sort of practical use in the future at all. I mean, I think currently their only use would be wearing like the Zamorak or Saradomin one if you're really low level, to like go kill imps in the Wilderness God Wars dungeon, because you can use that as your protective god item for one of those two gods and their minions. As for PVM and skilling goals, I'm still thinking the road to max is the main goal I ought to be working on right now, although for Slayer I want to finish off Bandos and maybe Saradomin. I already have the Sarah God Sword, so I don't think finishing Saradomin entirely will be necessary, but I do want to get the Bandos chestplate and then the Zenite jewelry from Demonic Gorillas. That's going to be really useful for all sorts of things. I have the Ring of Suffering right now, but I want the other 3 pieces as well. If anyone has a recommendation on what order I should get those items in, let me know down in the comments. But I feel like that's really going to be all I need for Slayer is the Amulet of Torture and Bandos chestplate, and I can melee most tasks or blowpipe them. I do have the long-term PVM goals in mind, but I do want to get the max cape before I start really grinding a lot of those out. I mean, I could just delay the max cape and do some bossing for fun, which I will do here and there. Like if I get bored of a skill, I'll take a PVM break just like I did for mining here and there, just to keep the game fresh. But skilling is going to be the main focus until I work on Slayer, and then I'll take up any boss tasks that I get along the way. But I feel like doing the skilling grind first, I'll have a lot of extra supplies for PVM afterwards, which will just be good for the account overall, I feel. For really long-term goals like all pets and whatnot, I don't really care about pets too much, but I might consider that a goal for after I get all items. I feel like getting all the unique items from all the various bosses in game would be a better starting point before moving on to all pets. I do have quite a few pets already, but I wasn't grinding out for any of those. I mean, the Irby pet, the one that's following me right now, that is the exception to that. That's the only one of my pets that I actually wanted to get. Or I guess I shouldn't say wanted, but grinded for, like with the intent of getting that specific pet. As for like the PVM that I'm looking most forward to though, I'd say that would be learning how to solo corp. And with newer methods, it seems like I might not need the Dragon Warhammer to do that, because I've heard of people using the BGS. I haven't seen too many videos on it. I've seen a couple, but before I attempt it myself, I'd probably have to research a bit and look into it. I might even be ready to do that right now, account-wise, but like I said, max cape is a priority before I want to learn or concentrate on anything else. So I think after I decide what I want to do, I'm going to keep it that one thing until I finish it and try not to divert and have too many side goals going on. And the primary reason for that is because of bank space. If I start too many projects at once, then I'm going to end up with a full bank again, and I'm not going to be able to manage my items and all that, which is kind of an unfortunate setback. It makes me play the game in a different way than what I normally would, because like on a non-Ironman account, if I had too much stuff, I could always just sell all my uncuts, for instance, to clear up floor spaces instead of going through an hour-long process or however long this took to cut them all. And same for the logs, like these magic logs that I have no use for those. I mean, it's a mill worth of magic logs, but I don't know, I guess I just have to save them and hope that a use comes out of them sometime in the future, and then maybe one day I will be able to use them for something. As for the mass bulk of redwood logs, I do actually have plans for that. Little spoiler alert for a future video. Maybe when I'm going for max prayer, I'll use those, but I want to do a very, very large Shades of Morton grind. The longest process of that's going to be getting the sacred oil, but I feel like I might be able to get some community involvement in on that and help a lot of people get the quest done along the way. Maybe other people will have similar goals, because it's a great way of getting hard clues as well, and I plan on doing every single hard clue I get from that to sort of grind it out. But 10,000 of the high level shades to go with 10,000 of the logs. I know I have 13,000, but I plan on using the extra 3,000 on arrows, amethyst arrows, for if I ever get a twisted bow, or saving them for if I do get a twisted bow, I could just make a whole bunch of them. I don't know how many arrow shafts you get per redwood log, but I know it is quite a bit. Alright, and there's all the gems cut. Let's take a look at the whole stack of them. There they are. We'll do a quick price check on these. Include the onyx too. I'll take those out during the first price check, just to get a full value of what all the gems are at. So without the onyx, we're up to 9.3 mil worth of gems. Add those, and we're up to 15 mil. Looking pretty good. Alright, the next logical thing to do would probably be smithing, but I think first I'm going to clean out some of my loot and my alchemals and just alch these up real quick. And this will clear up a bunch of bank spaces, but it'll also make me hesitate on doing Slayer a little bit, because I'll be like, I don't want to slay, I just cleared out my loot tab. But let's take a look at what we got here. We've got a whole bunch of rune stuff from demonic gorillas, some Vorkath stuff. Probably should have alched those dragon legs and dragon skirts as well, but I kind of like those as a spot saver. Skipping ahead here, let's see how much we get from all this, and it looks like we're up to 2.7 mil, and let's see, it looks like we're going to pass 2.8. Yep, and with the last one, 2.8 mil and an extra 30k. Pretty decent, especially for stuff that's pretty much useless to me as an Iron Man, can't sell it, so there's the cash out from my past PVM experiences. Looks like I lost some audio, but I think I repeated myself anyway, so I'll just give a brief summary of what's going on here. If you remember before, I did that audiobook series, Player-Owned House 1 for the Part 1, the Zaya 1 for the Part 2, and I even did the Fossil Island lore, reading that. I stuck it into Part 1 though, because it was still technically Player-Owned House lore. I didn't make a special series on that, but here I'm grabbing the Dragon Slayer 2 lore, along with some of the old notes from post-quest and during the quest itself, and being that you have to unlock some of it after the quest is kind of interesting, so I think this will be a good series for the audiobooks. And on screen you can see where you can get the various old notes from the quest. There's 7 of them there, and another 6 in this area, and if you have them in your bank already, you can get them again. I end up dropping all my duplicates at the end though. So my plan is to do this lore series and make a new intro and outro for it before I continue on with any more in-game grinds. Mostly because I feel like I'm already so late on this content, because Dragon Slayer 2 was released, well, at the beginning of this month, but it feels like it was so long ago already because I did it on day of release. But who knows, maybe we'll find the secret to some sort of hidden content in this lore, or maybe some possible spoilers towards future updates or future twists in the lore, and maybe some foreshadowing. I don't know, I haven't read any of these notes yet. I believe most of them are written by the Dragonkin though. But for now, let's finish off this video with some more live commentary, and you can look forward to that series in the future. Alright, and after a short time, I came up with all the lore for Dragon Slayer 2. These top notes, the old notes aren't in order at all, but these 6 books here from the Myths Guild library are in order. I'm going to go with the old notes first. I might put them in the order that they're in on the wiki, and then I'm going to read the actual audiobooks next. So look forward to that. I think I'm going to do all the old notes in one video since they're all one pagers. And then the lore, these 6 books will be a video each with their own separate synopsis at the end. Real quick, I'm going to take a peek at this one. Alright, that's a scroll book, so that will get its own separate one, but these ones are just one little page, so I'll just do all those next video, and then following that, each one of the books. Hope you guys look forward to that, and I'll see you soon with some progress on that. Peace, everyone.